Okay, well, hello again everybody. For those of you who didn't see my last video, it seems this is only my second one. My name's Trish and I'm doing paint by numbers. The picture you see in front of you is the one I'm currently doing. A nice little husky puppy. If you want to actually buy this to do this yourself, I actually received it as a present, but it's from Kmart, I'm pretty sure. I am in Australia, so I'm not sure about all the other different Kmarts around the world. But yeah. As you can see in the background, that's the numbering. The last time I felt like I just rambled. I wasn't sure what to talk about. Wasn't even sure what to do really, considering it was my very first video. So this time around, I have some short stories that I've found. They are very short, like 1 or 2 minutes. They're little horror stories that I'm going to read while I do it. Hopefully it works out. You never know. And that'll stop me from rambling anyway. But alright, here we go. Anyone who watched the last video, as I said, this is only my second, you'll notice I am a bit further in front than I was. As the puppy starting his legs. I was doing number 10 last time. I'm now up to 14 and 15, which hasn't many of them there, so we'll see how we go. But I'll move that out of the way. But I just want to show you how I do this. As you can see, I'm doing quarterly. That's my water up there. I do it in quarters. So I don't get paint all over me, even though I do end up. And it just seems a little bit easier for me to do it that way. It is totally up to you how you do it. The easiest way for you is the easiest way for you. Alright, now I'm just going to get my tablet up and running so I can read the stories. You'll see my arm in the way, sorry. Alright, I have gone to a site called SW. 30 very short tales of horror that are better than most scary movies you watch. I have read a couple of them. They are, yeah, they're not scary, but okay. Where's the first one? It's called This New Old House. The author is someone by the name of Bat Outta Hell 821. Alright. Some of them are a little bit gross, I've got to admit. But, alright, so we're going to start on number 14. Up in this corner. Can we see what I'm doing? No, not really. Sorry about that. Alright, now how am I going to set this up so I can read it? I have a stand here. I really should have set this up before I started, huh? Alright. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into a master bedroom. Oh dear, I really am going to have trouble doing this, aren't I? For instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty, I'm just going to do number here while I pause. Ooh. The previous owners papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. Oof. Bad analogy, but alright. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. We have some more 14s over here. Can we see what I'm doing? No, we can't. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. Yeah, I do have to pause to paint sometimes, especially when it curves. So this whole paint and read might not be... Okay. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one tech say, "Yep, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where is the material removed from the wall already? This isn't wallpaper you removed. Well, that's a little bit ghoulish, isn't it? Oh, hang on. There we go. Because they're only a couple of minutes, I might be able to do it like that. Whoops. Okay, so we've got to get a couple of paints in between reading. They're only short little stories, so it's doable. Okay, is that a 4 or a 14? I think that's we'll go with a 4. Alright. None down his leg. Oh, we have another one up here. Da-da-da-da. Some more here. Don't. So what did you think of that little short story? Skin as wallpaper. Nice. Don't think I'll be moving out of that house pretty quick. Alright, back down here. Have another little 14. Alright, we have another 14 over here. Movement of the camera is not the best, is it? Sorry, everyone. Alright, in the background you will hear some swishing noises. That is just me cleaning my brush. We have another one over here. When we do that, we'll start another story. I might... Alright, the next one is called I Hate It When My Brother Charlie Has to Go Away. And its author is a horror in pure form. All one word. That, people, is me just washing my brush. Alright, up we go. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations, like undamaged rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom's likely far surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie's been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighbourhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razor found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. Mum's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwashing tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he's ready for rehabilitation. Though I'll just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he's back. Well, that's a little bit of a twist, isn't it? Turns out it's not this Charlie that's a psychopath. Okay, just quick little dip into doing number 15 here. The next one is called Guardians by Dark Alligator. Okay. Guardians. He awoke to a huge insect-like creature looming over his bed and screamed his lungs out. They hastily left the room and he stayed up all night, shaking and wondering if it had been a dream. The next morning there was a tap on the door. Gathering his courage, he opened it to see one of them gently placing a plate filled with fried breakfast on the floor, then retreating to a safe distance. Oh, insects that bring you breakfast. Okay. Bewildered, he accepted the gift. The creatures chatted excitedly. This happened every day for weeks. At first, he was worried they were fattening him up. But after a particular greasy breakfast left him clutching his chest from heartburn, they were replaced with fresh fruit. As well as cooking, they poured hot steamy baths for him and even tucked him in when he went to bed. It was bizarre. One night he awoke to gunshots and screaming. He raced downstairs to find a decapitated burglar being devoured by the insects. He was sickened, but disposed of the remains as best he could. He knew they'd just been protecting him. One morning the creatures wouldn't let him leave his room. He lay down, confused but trusting as they ushered him back to bed. Whatever their motivation, they weren't going to hurt him. Hours later, a burning pain spread throughout his body. Felt like his stomach was filled with razor wire. The insects chittered at him as he spasmed and moaned. It was only when he felt a terrible squirming feeling beneath his skin that he realised the insects hadn't been protecting him. They had been protecting their young. Okay, a little bit of aliens there. I don't know if how many people get that reference. But no, thank you. All right. I just want to do this number here before at least 15 before I start the next story because it's a little big. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I should get closer. So if you're enjoying the stories, please let me know. And I will find some more, I hope. If you don't want horror stories, let me know. I could try and find some other sort of stories. Although I had a little bit of trouble finding these. If you know how to use Reddit, please let me know. I was having so much trouble with that. I finally gave up. So yeah, if you know how to use that one, let me know. All right, next story. Seeing Red, the first day of school. And I'm sorry if I actually say some of the author's names wrong, but the author of this one is Zenryahu. All right, I'll just spell that Zenryhao. Alright, so the first day of school. Everyone loves the first day of school, right? New year, new classes, new friends. It's a day full of potential and hope before all the dreary depressions of reality show up to ruin all the fun. I like the first day of school for a different reason, though. You see, I have a sort of a power. When I look at people, I can sense a sort of aura around them, a colour outlined based on how long this person has to live. Most everyone I meet around my age is surrounded by a solid green hue, which means they have plenty of time left. A fair amount of them have a yellow-orange tinge to their auras, which tends to mean a car crash or some other tragedy. Although that takes people, anything that takes people before their time, as they say. The real fun is when the auras venture into the red end of the spectrum, though. Every now and again I'll see someone who's basically a walking stoplight. These are the ones who get murdered or kill themselves. It's such a rush to see them and know their time is numbered. With that in mind, I always get to class very early so I can scout out my classmates' fates. The first kid who walked in was basically radiating red. I chuckled to myself. Too damn bad, bro. But as people kept walking in, they all had the same intense glow. I finally caught a glimpse of my rose-tinted reflection in the window, but I was too stunned to move. Our professor stepped in and locked the door, his aura a sickening shade of green. Oh, well, maybe your aura's green when you're a murderer. That's really just nice. That's someone who's, I don't know what's wrong with that person. Then again, to say, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with Stephen King? That is an author I don't like his books so much. I find them a little hard to read, his books. I've only actually ever read one, and that was The Stand, I think it was, I read. And I didn't read that until I was 40, I think. Yeah, see, I will admit, I'm 44 this year. Alright, these are the last couple of numbers in for 15. And that makes them the last numbers for this section. As I said in my last video, I don't really have a technique on how I paint. Oh, hello, we've got a 10 there. I didn't realise that. I don't really have a technique in how I hold the brush or paint. I did do art classes in high school, but that was it. I was getting my best scores in that class though, so hey. After I finish this, I might do one more story just to top it off. But like I said, if you like the stories, let me know. If you'd prefer a different set of stories, let me know. I can change it up a bit. I am a horror buff for this sort of stuff. I love horror movies and things like that. But yes. Alright, I might do that 10 now. Excuse the noise again. That's not a very nice noise, I know, but that is unfortunately unavoidable. Unless I have, brushes set up left, right and centre just for that. Where's the 10? Excuse me for 2 seconds. Oh no, that's 12 I'm trying to open. Alright, yes, the camera's moving around. Sorry, guys. Now, where was that? Oops, sorry. That was my finger over the lens. Like I said, I've only just started this. This is only my second video. And I'm having little mistakes here and there, aren't I? Just going to go over a little bit here because I think my hand got some paint on it. And it's black, so haha. To myself there anyway. Alright. We will do one more short story. And I've missed a 15, which is fine. I've still got them open. 15. Where was that up there? I don't know if you can actually see it. Might have to rethink a little bit of filming. There it is. Oh, you can see it just. Oh, I've missed a couple of them. Because they're right on the border of my quarter. I actually went over the border to begin with. And there I am getting black on me again. Alright. One last story maybe. Yeah, 21 minutes. What happened there? They got the definition wrong by Oluwayu. L-O-I-U. Okay. It has been said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I understand the sentiment behind the saying, but it's wrong. I entered the building on a bet. I was strapped for cash and didn't buy into the old legends of the hotel to begin with, so $50 was more than enough to get me to do it. It was simple. Just reached the top floor, the 45th floor, shining my flashlight from the window. The hotel was old and broken, including the elevator, so that meant hiking up the stairs. So up the stairs I went. As I reached each platform, I noticed the old brass plaque displaying the floor number, 15, 16, 17, 18. I felt a little bit tired as I crept higher, but so far no ghosts, no cannibals, no demons. Piece of cake. I can't tell you how happy I was to enter the last stretch of the numbers. I joyfully counted them aloud as each platform went past. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 44. Huh? I stopped and looked back down the stairs. I must have miscounted. So I counted up. 44. One more flight. 44. And so it began for as long as I can remember. So really, insanity isn't doing something repetitively and expecting different results. It's knowing that the results will never ever change. And each door leads to the same staircase, to the same number. It's realizing you'll no longer fall asleep. It's not knowing whether you'll be running for days or weeks or years. It's when the sobbing slowly turns into laughter. Okay, there's some spooky stories for you guys. We'll do another one. We'll be starting a new quarter. That'll be the quarter I start over there. So, give the video a like if you liked it. Please. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what kind of stories you would actually like to hear. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.